And welcome back to Campus West here at the University of La Verne, where we've got Game 2 of doubleheader matchup between your La Verne Leopards and the Chapman Panthers. I'm Kevon Churchill here with Nate Rodriguez, and you're watching this broadcast on LVTV3 La Verne Community Television. The Leopards were able to take Game 1 of the doubleheader, dropped the first game yesterday. Nate, what do they need to look to do to win this series?
They got to continue the same game plan from last game. Game 1 of this doubleheader, Rachel Rubio came out and threw strikes. She attacked the strike zone, gave her defense a chance to work behind her, and trusted her lineup to come out and score runs. They did just that. They're going to have a tougher task this game, facing Simi Lowers with a sub-2 ERA, a lineup that looks very similar to Game 1. As long as they can string together good hits, good consecutive at-bats, the Leopards will fare well here in the final game of the season.
Yeah, and the Leopards throwing Jocelyn Robertson after a complete game shutout by Rachel Rubio, where she had 12 strikeouts. We'll see if we see Rubio later in this game, but Robertson going to get the start. Sam Kennedy, Gracie Rose, Ileana Cerna, Morgan Lassinger, Mo Lynch, Grace Fosselman, Ella Malante, Emily Hayes, and Miranda Murphy is the lineup for the Panthers.
Miranda Murphy had kind of a tougher game in Game 1. Had a tough time fielding the ball out in right field, made a throwing error that costed the Panthers a run, trying to bounce back here in the final game of this series, bring some productivity out of the 9-hole.
Kennedy going to lead things off. Was 0 for 3 in Game 1. Reached on an error. Takes that one high and outside for a ball in the first pitch of this ball game.
Robertson, just under 62 innings pitched this year, an ERA just under 4. It's imperative that she throws strikes, commands the zone.
That one drops in for a strike. Count even at 1. Kennedy came into this game with a .322 average, or should I say today with a .322 average. Dropped a little bit after that first game. That pitch swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Yeah, Kennedy, Game 1, reached on an error in her first at-bat, grounded out to second, and then struck out against Rachel Rubio in her third and final at-bat.
Robertson ahead 1-2. The windup. And the delivery in the dirt for a ball, 2-2.
Isabella Ramirez, the catcher for the Leopards, worked extremely hard in Game 1, stole a lot of strikes for Rachel Rubio. Look for her to do the same as Robertson's battery mate in Game 2 of this doubleheader.
And a workhorse behind the plate, catching both games. That one swung on, chopped over to third. Pintado with a nice throw to first in time. What a great play by Pintado over there at third. Saw her make a nice play in Game 1 where she charged near the mound and made the throw. Another nice play right there for out number 1.
Sam Kennedy in both games giving Pintado a little bit of action to start the ball game off. Pintado had a hot shot, too hot to handle in Game 1, committed an error on the first play of the game, but here she's able to retire Kennedy on a nice play to her right.
So bring up Gracie Rose, who fouls that one off. She was 1 for 2 in Game 1 with a single and a strikeout as she's behind in the count, 0-1.
Put down that sacrifice bunt in her last at-bat in the 6th.
Robertson the pitch, chopped over to third again. Pintado a chance to make another play, the throw in time. 2 quick outs, a couple of nice plays by Pintado at third.
Good pitching, good defense. That's going to be the key to beating these Panthers, who don't score a lot of runs from game to game, averaging just around 3 per game, and they were held to nothing in Game 1. If the offense can attack and the defense can play fundamental softball, the Leopards should do well as a team here.
That'll bring up Ileana Cerna. Takes that one on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Robertson, not really a strikeout pitcher, only 13 strikeouts and 61 and a third innings pitched heading into this game. More of a contact pitcher as that one skips to the plate, 1-1.
Doesn't throw as hard as Rachel Rubio, but still comes with just as much off speed usually. She's going to need it here. Ileana Cerna at the plate. Came in a .354 hitter on the day.
Went 0 for 2 in game 1 as she takes that one low. 2-1. Reached on a fielder's choice. See Pintado playing close to the bag over there at third. The 2-1. Hard line drive, foul.
That ball was yanked. Cerna was all over it. Janet Lloyd, the head coach, playing third base coach for the Chapman Panthers, just a head nod of approval. Knows Cerna can get a hold of a ball. 1 home run, 19 RBIs on the year, 35 hits to lead the team.
The 2-2 from Robertson. High and away, full count. Still a great crowd here on Senior Day. Honored the seniors before game 1.
Chapman fans traveling well too.
Yeah, you know, Chapman not too far, only about 20, 30 minutes or so. That one a hard line drive up the middle for the first hit of game number 2 for the Panthers.
Good piece of hitting by Cerna, able to take that fastball low and away and hit it right back where it came from, just to the right of the second base bag. A nice line drive into center field for Cerna's first hit of the day.
And the sportsmanship over at first base. Cernan shaking hands with Marissa Acosta over there at first.
A couple of girls that know each other.
The pitch hits the outside corner for a strike, going 1. Lastinger at the plate was 0 for 2 in game 1, a couple of line outs. 0-1. 2 outs and a runner on first. The pitch. Nearly identical spot, just a little low. Count even at 1.
Robertson's done a good job of going east to west, trying to hit the corners, not leaving anything really too much over the plate. Cerna got a good pitch to hit, but between there, Robertson able to induce on soft contact.
That one left over the plate, but fouled off to the right side. Ahead in the count now is Robertson, 1-2.
13 strikeouts to 13 walks on the season for Robertson. Like you mentioned, Kavan, earlier, just pitches to contact more than Rubio does, and the defense is going to need to be on their toes, be able to make plays.
Defense made some nice plays in game 1, hoping for more of the same in game 2 as that one skips. Runner's going to break for second. The throw in time. A perfect throw into the tag zone, and Gray, electric over there at short, applies the tag for out number 3.
Great job by the defense. Bella Ramirez is locked down. She's nails behind the plate, was able to pick it out of the dirt, keep the ball in front of her. Saw the runner going. It's only a 60-foot base path here on the softball field. Didn't have a lot of time. Threw a strike down to Taylor Gray. Gray caught it right above the runner sliding in. Was able to literally just catch and leave her glove there for the runner to slide into it. Nice out number 3.
And we take a look here, just a perfect throw, a little bit off the bag, but honestly, a perfect throw in that situation. Right where the slide was starting is where the ball was put. And a nice tag. And in the circle for the Panthers is Lowers, who we saw in game 1. Came in relief for Jillian Kelly.
Yeah, the right-hander for Chapman came in, had about an inning's worth of work, kept the Leopards at bay for the most part. She'll be tasked with trying to keep them quiet here in the final game of the series, starting with Haley Shea.
And Lowers, the 1.64 ERA, has 48 strikeouts and 14 walks heading into today. Haley Shea leading things off for the Leopards in game 1. An off game, 0 for 4, but was making good contact. We talked about that a lot throughout the game.
Yeah, hit a ball right on the screws, right at the third baseman for a line out. Almost got a hold of a pitch to left. Nice bunt here.
Yeah, great drag bunt. It's going to be not even close at first. Just the speed of Shea, as We mentioned earlier she leads the SCIAC in stolen bases with 32, I believe it is. And you could see the speed right there, just a perfect drag bunt placed right in between the pitcher and the third baseman. A great start to this game of an offense that was really working well in game one.
This is a big part of their game plan, getting Shea on base. Leads the SCIAC in steals. We'll see if she takes off. Yep.
Yeah, she's going to take off, and the throw, not in time. So adds to that SCIAC leading steal total as Acosta kind of did like a half-hearted swing. Not sure if maybe they might have put the hit and run on. I think that's the only reason you would kind of have a swing like that. As you can tell, just a great break to the bag. A pretty decent throw. That one in there for strike number 2. Acosta went yaya in game 1 in her first at bat. Also had a nice double in at bat number 4. Reached base 3 times, one of those on an air. Looking to contribute to this offense like she did in game 1 as she takes that one high for a ball. 1-2.
Yeah, Acosta certainly swinging a hot bat. One of the hitters that the Leopards definitely want at the plate right here in this situation. All she's got to do, put the ball on the ground to the right side, get the runner over.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 1. Nice pitch there by Flowers.
Yeah, good job, able to climb the ladder. If she was watching the first game, she knew that Acosta likes to kind of go at the pitches up in the zone. When she's able to stay on top of it, she's able to drive it out to the deeper part of the field, but Lauer's going a little too high there.
That one fouled straight back by Ashley Rodriguez, who steps in the 3-hole. Rodriguez was 1 for 3. Game number 1. Reached on a strikeout, though, on a confusing play where the ball kind of popped out of the catcher's glove, and a run actually came across the score on that. That one skied into shallow left center. Could be trouble. A nice sliding catch over there made in left field by Morgan Lastinger. A great play. We saw her dive into the left field corner in game 1 on a foul ball that she just couldn't reach, but a nice play there for out number 2.
Yeah, Lastinger certainly good at fielding her position. As you see, Rodriguez just gets under the ball here, hits it a mile high. Lastinger was playing almost near the corner, had to come in a long way into shallow left center to make that sliding catch. A nice one.
Right down the heart of the plate for strike number 1 to Erica Garcia, former SCIAC hitter of the week. She's behind in the count, 0-1. Inside corner for strike number 2.
Garcia had a good first game of this doubleheader, 2 for 4, a couple of base hits, including an RBI.
The 0-2, just a bit outside, 1-2.
In her sophomore season from West Covina, California, certainly having a really good year, becoming an impact player for these Leopards.
Yeah, has really come to life here in the second half of the season as she ropes that one down the line, foul. Count remains 1-2, 1-2, 2 outs, runner on second. The speedy Shea, you gotta imagine anything out of the infield would score her.
The middle of the infield is wide open if Garcia is able to roll one through.
That one, a soft liner, looks like it's gonna drop, and it gets past the right fielder. Another great piece of hitting by Erica Garcia as the Leopards once again strike early, scoring a run in the first inning, which they did in the first 4 innings of game number 1, where they scored 1-1, 2-2. Good start for this offense, going against an offense that kind of struggles in the Panthers, as we mentioned, relies heavily on their pitching. As you can see here, just stays on that pitch, and a good effort from the right fielder. I love the effort to dive on that, because even if you don't get it, the run's going to score anyways. That one in there for a strike.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Miranda Murphy had no other choice but to try and make that catch out there. Came up just short. Nothing she could do. She gave her best effort, put the Leopards up 1-0.
That one in for a strike. 0-2 now. Quickly in the hole is Taylor Gray. As you see, the speedy Shea got a great jump and scores easily. You could see her just chugging along there. A hard line drive right back up the middle by Gray, and the Leopards putting together some nice at-bats with 2 outs. Runners on first and second now.
That's what makes teams so dangerous, their ability to hit deep in counts and deep into innings with 2 outs. Being able to string hits together and make pitchers work kind of lulls your defense to sleep a little bit. The more you start to really extend innings, and the Leopards trying to catch the Panthers napping here.
That'll bring up Cassandra Zapata. Hard line drive down the right side. Foul on 1. Zapata in game 1 was 1 for 2. Reached base both times. The second time on an error, has a single to her credit as well. Looking to keep the offense going with 2 outs. That one, a nice off-speed pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 0-2.
It's important for Lowers to stay on the corners, not leave anything too much over the middle, because the Leopards have been able to get to all of her pitches so far.
That 0-2 is high and away. Leopards, as we mentioned, did see her in game 1, so maybe a little bit of familiarity there. But she has been throwing strikes, but as you mentioned, has just left the ball over the plate a couple of times. Leopards have done some damage, and she turns on that one to straightaway left field. Should be out number 3, but not before the Leopards can scratch one across, and they lead 1-0 as we head into the top of inning number 2. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Inning number 2 at Campus West here at the University of Laverne. The Leopards lead 1-0. Robertson back out there for the Leopards after a nice inning that ended on the throw out at second on the steal attempt by Cerna. So Lastinger, who was at the plate at the end of that inning, will come back up. Had her at bat interrupted. Robertson. The pitch. In there on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Robertson's ability to get ahead of hitters, throw strikes, and command the zone is going to be what's most important. You have a lead now. Trying to prevent them from scoring isn't the right game plan. Just attacking hitters and inducing contact, making your defense work, is a better recipe for success.
Yeah, just staying within herself. No, she's not a strikeout pitcher, so just lets the offense get themselves out as she misses lone away on that one. Count even at 1. The ones chopped right back behind the plate. Foul, 1-2.
Lastinger was able to put the ball in play last game. She has struck out just 14 times this year in 100 and plus at-bats.
We'll see if Robertson can get the strikeout here as that one skips to the plate. We've seen that a few times so far this game.
The more she's able to reach with that changeup, pull the string and still have it miss just below the zone, not bounce a couple feet in front of the hitter, the more dangerous she's going to be today.
The 2-2 chopped. Gonna pick it up, and the throw over to first. Oh, it's gonna get past, and I'm not too. Wow, just an interesting play. It seemed like the batter thought that it was foul and just didn't run at all. You know, you would think she would at least try to run, but then the throw which there was no need to rush the throw, sails over the head of first baseman Marissa Acosta, and she reaches.
Yeah, just not exactly a pretty play. Off the bat, it did look like it hit Lastinger, and she, rightfully so, was confused. It hit her front foot. You see there, though, Pintado picks it up. Nobody's running. Pintado tries to make the throw on the run, and it's going to go down as an error on the third baseman.
Tough break for Robertson, but she comes right back with a great pitch on the outside corner, 0-1.
That's the way you got to respond. Not let anything get to you. Just keep attacking hitters, throw strikes. See if you can get another ground ball here, perhaps a turn 2.
Mo Lynch at the plate. Behind 0-1, the pitch, turns around, squares the bunt, goes 0-2.
I like the awareness by Bella Ramirez behind the plate. The hitter misses the bunt attempt. Typically, you'll see a runner kind of get hung up between two bases there. Ramirez anticipating something to happen, although it didn't.
But you love the anticipation, just a great catcher. You've raved about her framing abilities. Not able to frame that one there. 1-2. But just great skill behind the plate, and that's so important for a defense to have a great leader behind the plate. The 1-2. Chopped over there to short. Will be a tough double play. The throw to second is in time, and that's the only out that they'll get, but a smart play to not try to force the action by Garcia. That's out number 1.
You always want to get at least one, and the lead out is always the priority, and Gray able to get to that ball a few steps to her right, make a nice throw off her back foot to the second baseman. Garcia covering, able to do so there.
That'll bring up Grace Fosselman, getting her first at bat of the game. In game 1, she went 0 for 2 with a strikeout, one of 12 strikeouts that Rubio had. In game 1, as that one misses high for a ball, 1-0.
Fosselman, the sophomore infielder from Pasadena, California.
Pasadena. The 1-0. Nice frame job there. Count even at 1.
Leopards middle infield, not exactly playing double play depth, almost in regular standard depth, straight up, with the outfield straight up as well.
That one in there for strike number 2, 1-2 the count.
And that's going to be Robertson's pitch of the day. If she's able to just pinpoint that fastball on the outside corner, no higher than the thighs, she's going to have a good day. Got to make these Chapman hitters work for what they're going to earn.
1-2 from Robertson. That one just a little too outside. Count now even at 2. Robertson doing a good job, though, of throwing strikes to start this game early on. Her 2-2. In there for strike number 3. Got her looking. Just a great spot on the inside corner. Was really working that outer half and just switched it up a little bit. We saw that a lot from Rachel Rubio in game 1.
And that's what makes pitchers so effective, when they're able to establish one side of the strike zone and still be accurate when they go to the other side. Robertson lulls the hitter to sleep, fastball away, then pounds them inside. Just impossible to get to.
Goes right back to that outside corner for strike number 1. Ella Malante gonna step in, was 2 for 2. Made really good contact in game number 1, a couple of singles, a couple of hard line drive singles. The 0-1 in there for strike number 2.
Yeah, Malante really the only hitter able to put something up against Rachel Rubio. A complete game shutout with 12 strikeouts. Malante, though, had her number. Now trying to extend this top half of the second with 2 outs.
Gonna have to do it with 2 strikes. The pitch. Skips home. 1-2.
I like the idea from Robertson, though. She's come with 6 consecutive fastballs, and there she decides to pull the string. Mentioned she's still getting that in the dirt. If she's able to reach that another 6 inches to a foot, I think she's going to get more swings and misses.
The 1-2. just misses on the inside corner. You could tell she thought she had it, started walking off a bit, but called a ball. Count is brought even at 2, and I think she just needs to maybe start that change up a little more towards the waist and let it drop to the knees. I think she's just starting it a little too low. The 2-2. Slow roller over there to Pintado. The throw in time. Avenges herself for the error made earlier in the inning for out number 3. The score is 1-0. As we head into the bottom half of inning number 2, Robertson has been looking very good out there in the circle, as you see here. Pintado takes her time this time and makes a perfect throw to Costa over there at first.
Softball provides us the good opportunity to see how defense should really be played. You saw Pintado attack that ball right, left, kind of put herself in a good position, that defensive triangle, in order to field the ball, make just one step toward the bag and make a solid rifle over to first base. A play easy in transition that looks real kind of smooth and simple, but a lot goes into it. It's got to be real clean to look smooth as an infielder, and Pintado, despite the error earlier in the inning, has good fundamentals.
Yeah, and you love to see how Pintado has been able to bounce back in these past 2 games. In game 1, as you mentioned, had that error on the first play of the game that got by her, and then the error there earlier in the inning, but she's been able to come back and make great plays in both games.
As a third baseman playing softball especially, I've got to imagine handling the hot corner is just the toughest position in the game. Right-handers are able to just turn and absolutely hit lasers at you, and you have no time to react. It's really that half-second judgment of whether or not you can get to that ball or stay in front of it, knock it down, and it's hard to do when the ball's hit 85+ miles an hour right at you.
And the third baseman in softball have to play pretty close as well, because if they play too far back, that throw is pretty deep, and since the base paths are shorter, those runners have a lot of speed, can beat out the throw pretty easily. Mia Pintado, speaking of her, will lead things off for the Leopards in the bottom half of 2 as she takes that one for a ball, ahead in the count 1-0. A hard ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So a nice play on defense, a nice swing on the offensive end. Guess the Leopards going with a base hit with nobody out.
Was just about to mention Pintado singled in her first at-bat in game 1 of this doubleheader, going 1 for 3. Singles again her first at-bat in the second leg. That nice swing there, staying short to the ball, staying on top of it. A hard liner, a one hop through the middle of the infield.
So that'll bring up catcher Isabella Ramirez as she drops down. A nice bunt. Throw to first in time, but it gets the job done as Pintado moves over to second with 1 out for Clarissa Salazar, who had some good at-bats in game 1. She had a single, a sac bunt, and a walk. So just good at-bats all around.
That single drove home a run in the bottom half of the second inning as well to score Cassandra Zapata.
Salazar takes a pass on that one, fouls it straight back. 0-1. Salazar with an RBI opportunity here. She has got 6, count that 7 on the season. The 0-1, that one popped to short and is put away for out number 2. But we're back to the top of the lineup. Haley Shea, who reached on a single and came around to score in her last at-bat, looking to keep this inning alive for the Leopards with the runner on second and 2 outs. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Lowers throwing strikes as usual.
25 pitches through an inning and 2/3. 1 strikeout, no walks, has been forcing contact so far.
That one driven to deep center. Center fielder able to get behind it and put it away for out number 3. So the Leopards unable to add on to their lead. They go into the 3rd leading 1-0. You're watching SkyAct Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own, a place that I call home, this place that I call home.
Top of inning number 3 here at Campus West. The Leopards lead 1-0. Robertson has looked great out there through the first 2 innings.
Yeah, has only thrown 32 pitches, hasn't allowed very much to this Chapman offense. Just 1 hit, has struck out 1.
This Chapman offense still looking for their first run of the day. Only scored 2 here yesterday and have been unable to scratch any across in 9 innings of play. Emily Hayes going to lead things off for the Panthers. Hayes in game number 1, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Robertson, swing and a miss. Strike number 1.
Hayes, after he struck out a couple times, it's hard to still have confidence going back up to the plate. Another swing and miss there kind of just makes things worse for you as a hitter. Robertson, it's important she attacks.
The 0-1. Fouled back to the right side, quickly behind is Hayes, 0-2.
And now you're trying to avoid even just thinking about the strikeout as a hitter. You're anxious, you've got 2 strikes against you. You got to battle all the way back. Robertson's been making good pitches.
Robertson looking to make another good pitch here. Wind up the delivery. Just a bit outside, 1-2.
That's a good waste pitch, I would say. No balls, 2 strikes. You don't want to give the hitter anything too good to hit. Going with the fastball, just a little too far out. I think she wants that a little bit closer to the corner, but off the plate still.
Yeah, maybe a couple of balls off instead of a few. That one turned on to deep left. Looks like it might still be playable. And the catch made out there in foul territory in left field. Kind of hard to see from our angle. Just kind of had to guess off of the reaction. A nice play over there in left by Ashley Rodriguez.
Yeah, we're shielded by the visitors' dugout roof here at the softball field at the University of Laverne, but Rodriguez able to still track it all the way, feel for the fence, and make the catch for the first out.
That'll bring up Miranda Murphy. She drops that one shallow. Oh, that one just off of the glove of Ramirez. Almost able to make the play. The throw to second. Not in time. So good effort by Rodriguez, but unable to make the play. Gonna reach.
Looked like that ball kind of confused Rodriguez off the bat. She wasn't playing very deep at all. As you see, a little bit of a slap hit there from Miranda Murphy, just trying to get her barrel on it. Takes 2 when she sees the ball skip away.
So that'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Panthers. Sam Kennedy, 0 for 1 with the ground out to third. Takes that one high and away for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Do you think we're going with a hit or an error on that one?
I would have to think a hit. I mean, Rodriguez went after the dive, went
Yeah,
after the
diving,
play with the dive,
yeah.
and it was tough. It looked like possibly it could go down as a play not made, that she could have had it, but it's hard to give that an error, really.
2-0 is the count to Kennedy. The pitch. Gonna miss again there, 3-0. The first time we have seen Robertson fall behind 3-0 here early in this ball game.
That's what an extra base hit can do to you with less than 2 outs. Makes you kind of become a little bit more careful as a pitcher. You start aiming versus just trying to get it over the plate.
And a 4-pitch walk, not the worst thing in the world here, as the double play is in action now.
And that's the one, that's the silver lining and all that. You never want a 4-pitch walk, especially to follow up a hit, an extra base hit at that. But with the double play ball now in order, Robertson only needs 1 pitch to get a ball on the ground and potentially out of this inning.
Gonna have a visit from the coaching staff. Just kind of get her collected after the 4-pitch walk. Got runners on first and second with 1 out, just a pitch away from getting out of this inning without any damage done.
That's assistant coach Brandon Wallace coming out to talk to Robertson and the rest of the infield inside the circle. Just trying to reiterate that, hey, the ground ball gets us out of this. Robertson's been getting soft contact all day. Gracie Rose has not done very much at the plate. A single in her first at-bat of the day, but nothing to show for it since. Just got to keep attacking hitters.
0 for 1 here in this game. A ground out to third in her first at-bat as she fouls that one back. So Robertson does a good job of jumping ahead in the count here. 0-1 now.
And that's the important part of every at-bat that leads to Robertson's success, getting ahead of hitters, not falling behind, winning the 1-ball, 1-strike counts to stay ahead of hitters.
The 0-1. Outside corner just misses. Count even at 1.
So this is the pitch here that becomes pivotal. She's able to get it over the strike zone, induce a foul ball or some soft contact, and this at-bat's a win. If she misses, then she puts Rose in a good spot.
Rose fouls that one back. 1-2 the count.
Now you get the hitter on the defensive, trying to just fight with 2 strikes, not go down looking or even coming up empty on a swing. You want to put the ball on the ground, in play, and try to hustle that 60 feet to avoid the double play.
She's going to square around. Probably going to pull back. The 1-2. Nice off-speed pitch. Had Rose kind of double clutch before she swung.
That was that changeup from Robertson that you talked about earlier. If she's able to just aim a little higher, try to get that to drop below the knees and not in the dirt, she'd have some success.
1-2. Hard line drive gets past Pintado. Runner's going to have to hold up at third. Rodriguez, a good job of coming in on that ball and making a strong throw to the cutoff. But a great hit there by Rose, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, able to fight with 2 strikes, see pitches out of Robertson's hand a little bit clearer. Once you've seen all she's got to offer, it's a little easier to zero in on the pitch selection. Able to see a changeup and spoil it foul, then got that fastball, slashed it into left.
So she is working against Ileana Cernan now, who reached on a single in her first at-bat, was thrown out at second, trying to steal second.
Leopards playing with the infield in, a 1-0 lead, trying to get the run at home.
That one gonna miss low and away. 2-0. Leopards lost on a walk-off walk to end the game in Friday's action. We can avoid something like that here. The 2-0. Misses again, 3-0. So the second time this inning that Robertson has fallen behind 3-0.
Leopards haven't asked the home plate umpire for help where that pitch is missing. Robertson getting it over the plate, but perhaps below the knees.
That one drops in for a strike. Count is 3-1.
Considering that was about over the same spot of the plate, just above the knees, I'd have to imagine that's the only explanation.
Robertson getting a sign. The windup on the 3-1. That one turned on, driven into deep left field. The play at the fence is made by Rodriguez. The run will score from home, but a great play by Rodriguez there on the fence to put it away for out number 2.
Great catch by Rodriguez, able to field for the wall again, this time in fair play. I thought off the bat that ball was going to be 4 runs for the Chapman Panthers. Instead, it's just a sacrifice fly. They tie this game at 1. Good defense by A-Rod out and left.
Gonna look at the replay. Yeah, off the bat. She even dropped the bat, kind of stared it down. Guess that's what she gets for trying to pimp it out.
Baseball, softball gods, they'll come for you.
Indeed. That one low for a ball. Runners do all advance on that sac fly. So runners are at second and third now. The one run came to score, so it is even now at 1.
It does come down to respecting the game, too, and playing it the right way.
1-0. Fouled over the top, 1-1. I mean, I have nothing against it, but if you're going to pimp it, at least, you know, have it go out. I like a good bat flip like the next guy, but it's kind of a little iffy when it doesn't go out. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Robertson looking to escape the inning with the game tied. Slow roller back to her at first. A nice play, able to scoop that one up. Makes the easy throw over to first for out number 3. Not before the Panthers can scratch a run across. Their first run of the day went scoreless for 9 straight innings. The score is tied 1-1 as we head into the bottom of the third, with the top half of the lineup coming up for the Leopards.
Cerna able to get her Panthers on the board with that sac fly to the deepest part of left field in the corner. Good play by Ashley Rodriguez again to feel for the wall and catch it. Leopards are going to have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up in the bottom of the third. Jocelyn Robertson allowing just 1 run so far. Thought that was going to be a tough play. Robertson, a tall pitcher, had to go all the way down, pick that one up off the ground, and thankfully she was able to field it cleanly. A lot of times we see pitchers try to reach for a ball like that that's almost out of their reach, and it deflects off their glove. That would have costed the Leopards a run. Instead, she was able to field it 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the third.
Yeah, really nice play. I mean, usually we see balls like that kind of skip up, but she did a good job of keeping that glove low to the ground and making the play. So Marissa Acosta, who struck out swinging in her first at-bat of this game, comes up to the plate. Had been swinging a pretty good bat in game 1 of this doubleheader. As you see, a nice little wide shot there by the LVTV 3 camera crew. Look at those beautiful mountains. All the snow is gone. No more snow in those mountains, just green shrubbery.
Ready for the summer weather.
That one in there for a strike, going 1. Are you more of a summer guy?
Oh, indeed. 100%. I love the holidays, but weather gets warmer, the moods get better. Better vibes in the summer.
0-1 misses high, 1-1. See me? I'm more of a winter guy. I love the cold. I love the holidays. That's probably a big reason why. But you know, it's cold, throw on a fire, get a blanket on, nice and cozy. That one chopped foul.
It's baseball and softball season over the summer. That's another big reason too.
That is true. Yeah. See, I'm a huge basketball guy as well. So basketball is kind of it's a winter sport.
Winter, spring, right?
Yeah, winter.
NBA Finals, though, happen in the summer?
Yeah, they do. They do happen in the summer. That one taken low for a ball. Count even at 2. Playoffs going on right now. You know what I'm doing when I go home.
It's your Warriors versus my Lakers.
Yep.
We'll see what happens.
So we're friends now, rivals later. The 2-2. Hard ground ball, foul. Count stays even at 2. Marissa Acosta. Nice battle going on.
Trying to continue her hot day at the plate. That solo shot in the first inning of game 1. Her double in her last at-bat of that game.
She skies that one into shallow center field. Called off by the center fielder for out number 1. That'll bring up Ashley Rodriguez, who made the nice catch there and deep left field to save what would have been extra bases.
Almost made another nice catch a couple plays before. A diving attempt in front of her, but the ball kicked off the heel of her glove.
And actually made a nice play before that in the corner. So a pretty good inning for Rodriguez. Looking to carry that into the box as she takes that one high for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Skied into straightaway center. Should be pretty routine as it is. Put away with 2 hands for out number 2, so a couple of flyouts to center to start this inning. We'll bring up Erica Garcia, who added another RBI to her credit on the day with a nice single that got the scoring started for the Leopards.
Garcia got on top of that baseball here in this inning. The Leopards, Acosta and Rodriguez, just getting a little bit under it, trying to swing from underneath the softball, not getting on top of the pitch, and trying to hit a hard line drive somewhere, trying to elevate and celebrate a little bit more, but got to go back to the basics.
That 1-0 in there for a strike count, even at 1. And a misconception in baseball and softball is that you have to get under the ball to hit it far. But really, if you get on top of it and create that backspin, that's really what's going to make the ball carry. She does that there, but it goes foul. 1-2.
That's that old school versus new school thinking, and a lot of people get confused because of the way it's explained. But ultimately, you just want to be on time for the pitch. You don't want to get beat by a fastball. It's hard to stay on time when you're trying to swing from up under it.
Creates more of a loopy swing as that one fouled straight back. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Score tied 1-1. You see the fans out there with their umbrellas protecting them from the sun. Those UV rays. That one popped back, gonna hit off the netting. Nice play off the net by the catcher. We'll do this dance again, 1-2. Garcia having herself a nice little at-bat here. We'll see if she can finish it off with a hit.
She's got 3 of them already today.
Very productive play at the plate. Takes that one. Ooh, strike 3. A tough call there on the inside corner. Puts it away for out number 3. Leopards unable to scratch a run across again. The score remains 1-1 as we head into the 4th. You're watching SkyAct Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Top of inning number 4. Score is 1-1 here at Campus West. I'm Kevon Churchill here with Nate Rodriguez, bringing you today's action. Mo Lynch going to lead things off for the Panthers. 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. Robertson still out there for the Leopards. He's had a pretty good game so far. A little bit of trouble there in that last half inning. Was able to escape, only giving up 1 run. That one just below the knees, 1-0.
I think we're starting to lose sense of the strike zone a little bit here. We saw Erica Garcia strike out looking on a ball that missed pretty low below the knees, but the home plate umpire called it a strike. That pitch there to Mo Lynch certainly looked like it should have been called a strike.
Hard line drive in between the 5-6 hole for a leadoff single. Lynch, her first hit of the afternoon, went 0 for 2 in game 1.
That's kind of that snowball effect right there. Instead of being ahead 0-1, you're down 1-0. The hitter knows a good pitch is coming because the pitcher's got to get back into the strike zone. Mo Lynch able to put a nice short swing on the ball, hit a hard line drive to left field.
And we're going to have a pinch runner. Kirabayashi going to pinch run for Lynch.
From Pearl City, Hawaii.
Hawaii, very nice.
LVTV producer Shane Rodriguez from Hawaii.
Yes, he is indeed. Gonna square around a bunt here. Corners crash. That one goes foul. 0-1. Fosselman at the plate. The sophomore struck out looking in at bat number 1, the only strikeout for this Chapman offense so far in game 2 of this doubleheader. And we were talking about how Chapman can play, Laverne can play spoiler against Chapman. Chapman actually drops into second at the moment after losing game 1 of this doubleheader. Same record as Redlands, but Redlands holds the advantage and takes control of the 1 spot for now at least. Robertson's pitch squares around a bunt. Bunt goes right back to the pitcher. Throw to first in time. So not necessarily how you draw it up for the sac bunt, but gets it done nonetheless.
That was a close play at the bag. Fosselman has some wheels getting down the line. Dropped the bunt right back down to Robertson, who was able to come out of the circle. But there you see her go, gaining a lot of ground with each and every step. Thrown out by just a hair at the first base bag.
It was like in between a regular bunt and a drag bunt. Didn't get the full running start that you would usually see from a drag, but definitely did start taking a couple steps. That one in there for a strike on the outside corner. Good to see there from Robertson getting ahead of the batter. 0-1.
That was what made her so successful early on in this game. Innings have lasted a little longer, the past few of them, and Robertson hasn't exactly been getting ahead of every hitter.
That one gonna roll foul. Smart play to let it roll foul once they saw that no one can get to it. Ahead in the count, 0-2 to Ella Malante. Malante grounded out to third in her first at bat.
Yeah, I was hoping somebody would get to it in time to catch it on the fly. Would have been a big out number 2 with the runner at second base.
We'll see if they can still get the out number 2 with the runner without the runner advancing. The pitch a tad bit high, 1-2. Robertson, as we mentioned, not really a strikeout pitcher. She does have 1 today. The 1-2. Eerily similar to the pitch that was called strike 3 on Erica Garcia in the last half inning for the Leopards.
And that's got to create some frustration if you're a Leopard faithful, a Leopard coach. You want that pitch called a strike for your pitcher.
That one poked foul. We're going to do this dance again, 2-2. And you got to think if you're Erica, you're over there at second and you're like, come on. In your head, you're like, come on, that was a strike on me. Why can't you give that to us?
You always want it to go both ways, and you never know what really impacts the decision-making behind the plate. You got to hope that the umpire sees the same zone throughout the whole game, but sometimes you have a guy that it changes.
Well, you know what they say. They'd rather have an ump that's consistently bad. You'd rather have someone that consistently makes the same calls even if it's out of the zone. That one poked into deep right field out of the outstretched arms, and that's going to score a run most likely for the Panthers. This throw to the plate, much closer than I thought. A bit slow around the base pass, but the run scores nonetheless. The Panthers take the lead 2-1.
Yeah, Malante has just been swinging a hot bat all day today, going with the pitch and provided some opposite field power. Clarissa Salazar and the rest of the Leopards outfield for that reason, really kind of just playing in, not too deep, not too shallow, however, either, but Salazar had to go all the way back in front of the wall to almost make that catch. Instead, it one hops the right field fence, a run scores, and Chapman holds a 2-1 lead.
And so a pinch runner, Christina Denlinger, gonna take the place of Malante over there at second. So a tough break for the Leopards. A missed strike 3 call leads to a double and a run scored. Runner on second, 1 out. Emily Hayes at the plate. Flew out to left in at bat number 1. She swings on that one, lines it foul. Robertson doing a better job, these fast few batters, of getting ahead in the count.
Just got to continue to make pitches on the corners, not leave things over the plate where hitters can drive the ball.
Robertson. The 0-1. Swung on into shallow right field. The catch is made. They're going to tag. The runner will advance to third. 2 outs.
Good read by Denlinger, knowing Salazar is going to her right. Didn't camp under the ball. Instead was kind of catching it on the run. The Leopards appeal at second base, but she left in time. Now just 60 feet away from scoring run number 3 for Chapman.
So Miranda Murphy going to step in. Had a double. Came across the score in her first at-bat. Looking to tack on more runs as she slaps that one, and it's going to, skip past Rodriguez, and she's going to move over to second as the run scores. 3-1 the lead now for the Panthers.
Great piece of hitting there by Miranda Murphy. She singled in her first at-bat, able to slap a single again into left field here. Rodriguez tried to come on and see if she can make a shoestring kind of catch, but ball was just sinking too fast. A tough hop. Rodriguez tried to stay with it. The error doesn't do too much damage, but does put Murphy on second base.
Yeah, we talked about that in game 1, those in-between plays for the outfielders. You could tell she was thinking about diving, but kind of held up at the very last moment as that one misses high. It would be big for Robertson to be able to stop the bleeding at 2 runs.
Leopards look to have Jaden Alvarez warming up in the bullpen. Robertson allowed 2 runs so far this inning.
1-0 on the outside corner for a strike, count even at 1. We're back to the top of the lineup. Sam Kennedy, 0 for 1 with a walk. The 1-1. Hard line drive into the 5-6 hole. Runner will hold. And the runner's going to creep. Oh, she's going to run back. You know, she actually could have maybe drawn a throw so that her counterpart at third could have come home to score, but decides to creep back to first. Runners on the corners.
I think initially that was kind of what she tried to do, but credit to Mia Pintado there to really kind of just walk toward the runner and close that gap, make them really make the decision as to whether or not they were going to go. Too much time to think.
That pitch going to miss outside. 1-0. Gracie Rose, 1 for 2. In game number 2, singled in her last at-bat. The 1-0. And the runner's going to break for second, no throw. So runners in scoring position now for the Panthers.
That should be stolen base number 13 for Sam Kennedy, building on her team lead.
The 2-0. Chop there to Pintado. The throw to first. In time and able to escape the inning with only 2 given up. Scores 3-1 as we head into the bottom of 4. Leopards offense is going to have to get things going after scoring 1 in that first inning, scoreless the past 2.
Yeah, they've been quiet against Simi Lowers, who's done a great job of just throwing strikes, forcing contact, not trying to pitch to the strikeout as much as she's just trying to make her defense work behind her. Jocelyn Robertson had been doing the same, but leaving pitches over the heart of the plate has really been what's hurt her. Mixing speeds, but not throwing the changeup for strikes. And when she has thrown it for strikes, she's left it too high in the zone. So trying to find that happy medium, locate around the knees, try to force soft contact, not so much hard contact, pitches that can be hit and driven all over the field as Robertson moves forward.
5, 6, 7 batters for the Leopards. Gray, Zapata, and Pintado. Gray singled in at bat number 1, looking to have a good leadoff at bat. As you can see, the scoreboard 3-1. The score.
3 runs, 7 hits for Chapman, 1 run, 4 hits for the Leopards. 2 errors behind Jocelyn Robertson as well. Got to play some clean softball through the rest of this game as they try to chip away at the lead.
And an update on the baseball score that will determine the SCIAC champions. Claremont ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Panthers also fighting for a SCIAC regular season title, and that one clips Gray. She's going to take her bag.
That's big for the Leopards, a leadoff base runner. No defense against a free pass. Lowers now is going to have to try and pitch around it, try to hopefully get a ground ball for a fielder's choice or even a double play and get out of this inning quicker than anticipated.
The team that wins the freebie battle usually wins the game. That pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner. Cassandra Zapata. 0 for 1. Flew out to left and at bat number 1. Hard line drive, clips off the glove of the shortstop, and Gray moving across the bases, goes to third, and the throw. No throw to second, just great base running all around by the Leopards. Gray saw that the ball skipped off of the shortstop's glove and kind of changed the trajectory of it and just moved around as heads up base running by Zapata as well to move over after she saw the throw go to third.
Couldn't have described it better. Gray saw the play in front of her. The ball skipped away, and it wasn't moving very fast towards the outfield. Gray taking advantage of that. Moves up an extra 90 feet, and so does Zapata.
And so Pintado with an opportunity now to tie up the game or take the lead with one swing. As she goes long ball, but a base hit should score both runs. She singled in her first at bat, looking to copy and paste that result here. 1-0, a bit too tall, 2-0.
And here's where you're looking for your pitch to hit. 2 balls, no strikes. Lowers got to come back in the zone here. Chance to drive a couple runners in.
2-0 pitch, ground ball up the middle, and that should score 2. Nope. Gonna hold her up at third, but 1 run comes across. Pintado, another great at-bat. Pumped up over there at first as she cuts the lead to 1.
Great piece of hitting. Ready to attack your pitch. Lowers let the fastball right over the middle, and sure enough, Pintado able to hit it right back where it came from. Scores a run. It's a 1-run ball game. We'll see what head coach Janet Lloyd does with Simi Lowers.
And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Rose Malin, the ace for the Panthers. 17 appearances. This will be number 18. 8 wins, 5 losses, a 1.37 ERA. Just shuts down the opposing team's offenses. Looking to come in relief here and keep the lead where it is.
Yeah, this is the arm that Chapman was trying to preserve. They're going to need her in the SCIAC postseason tournament, but it's hard to try and just get through it without throwing your best pitcher in this game. Rose Malin, a freshman with almost 100 innings pitched, that 1.37 ERA, like Kevon mentioned, 77 strikeouts to just 12 walks. A big impact pitcher for Chapman. It's going to be tasked with trying to preserve the lead.
Yeah, 77 strikeouts to only 12 walks. Just a great walk to strikeout ratio. A tough task for her here, though. Runners on the corners and nobody out. Isabella Ramirez, who dropped down the sac bunt in her first at bat, gonna step to the plate, looking to tie up this ball game.
She's been having a great day at the plate ever since striking out in her first at bat. Has been heavily productive. A couple of base hits, that sacrifice bunt in her one and only at bat here in this game.
Malin's first pitch. Right in there for a strike. Crowd not feeling the call.
Definitely some mixed opinions on that one.
Nonetheless, the count is 0-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
And you can see Malin likes to attack with the fastball, get ahead of hitters, challenge them. She throws hard for a freshman.
She just throws hard in general. That was a nice little fastball. The 0-2. Same exact spot. Better discipline there by Ramirez, who takes it 1-2 the count. 1-2, nobody out. Runners on the corners. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, but the runner will advance to second as the ball was dropped. Throw to first in time to complete the strikeout. Runners on second and third now, 1 out for Clarissa Salazar, who popped out to the shortstop in at bat number 1. A golden opportunity to give her team the lead with the swing of her bat.
Bottom of the order, a couple of runners on. This is really where you see how deep your lineup is. Ramirez striking out for the second time today, but Salazar has already driven home a run on a single in game 1 of this doubleheader.
Pitch gonna miss. 1-0. Salazar with 6 RBIs heading into today. Looking to make it 7 and 8 right here as the pitch gonna miss high and tight. 2-0.
Now, if I'm Salazar, I saw Malin attack the outer half of the zone. Last at bat to Ramirez with fastballs for strikes. She's missed inside and up these last 2 pitches. She's going to try and relocate, figure out what works best for her. I'd be looking middle away at fastball.
And middle away it was. Oh, and it's going to be a double play. Just went right off the contact of the bat, and that's going to end the inning. But not before the Leopards can scratch one across. Score is now 3-2 as we head into the 5th. You're watching SkyAx Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Top of inning number 5, 3-2 the score here at beautiful Laverne, California. Robertson still out there for the Leopards, looking to keep the score as is for her offense. Rose Malin came in, good relief inning, got 3 outs, had a strikeout, and then that double play, the line drive to second, and the throw home to end the inning. That'll bring up Cerna to the plate, who had a sac fly and an RBI in her last stab at.
Pimped that sac fly all the way to the left field wall in the corner.
Yep. We already had our 2 cents about that. The 0-1. She turns on that one, a deep drive. Foul. No pimp that time. 0-2.
Robertson doing a good job of getting ahead of the hitter here. Cerna, the best hitter in this Panthers lineup. Got to pitch carefully around her.
The 0-2. Just a bit high and away. 1-2. Three to 2 is the score with only a few innings remaining left in this game. The 1-2. Hard line drive right back. Oh, thought it was a line drive, but I guess it bounced. Nonetheless, play is made. Throw over to first in time for out number 1.
That was a hot shot off of the sophomore Cerna's bat. A career 385 hitter. Hit 420 as a true freshman with 19 runs batted in. Still flirting with the 340 mark after her performance today, but to hit 380 in college says something about how good of a hitter you are.
Yeah, 380 in college is hard to do. Lassinger to the plate. That one going to be push foul. 0-1. We have seen Robertson make a couple of nice plays over there in the circle. Had that ground ball earlier in the game that she had to reach all the way down for, and then nice play there. A couple of nice throws over to first. Doing it herself, as they say.
She's very tall, using those long limbs to just reach out and grab everything in her reach.
That 0-1 going to miss low and away. Count even at 1. Lassinger going to step out, look at her coach. The 1-1. In there for strike number 2. A great pitch on the inside corner.
There's Robertson taking some off of that changeup and missing. Keeping it in the zone at the knees. Good pitch.
1-2 is the count, the pitch. Let's that one go a little too early. Count even at 2. Big inning for her. Definitely want to keep this score as it is. The 2-2. Hard line drive out the outstretched arms of Taylor Gray for a base hit. We'll bring up Mo Lynch, who singled and came around to score in her last stab bat, trying to do some damage now with 1 on and 1 out.
I like how the Panthers have stayed within themselves throughout this game, able to put bat on ball against Robertson, but they're not trying to do too much. Cerna, a couple of big swings, but able to provide some productivity with it. Lastinger able to stay short through the softball. Nice line drive, base hit in the left.
Reyes gonna pinch run over there at first for Lastinger. Lynch taking a while to get into the batter's box, finally does. Ground ball, ricochets, the throw to first. Oh, what?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
I don't know about that. When you see the base runner jumping around like that, probably means a call was missed. Jumping for joy because she knows she was out.
Jumping for joy indeed. That's a very vivid description of what happened. You see she rolls the ball to third. Pintado bobbles it. It kicks to Gray. You could see right there in the replay, clear as day.
Yeah,
she was out by a half step.
The great stretch there by Acosta, and so we're gonna have another pinch runner. That is number 4, Shea Hyga. We saw her come in game 1. We're gonna take another look here. Slow down the great replay.
Ball is caught right there.
Yeah, that's clearly out. A blatantly missed call there by the umpire.
Great job by our LVTV production crew.
Yeah, that's a top tier replay right there. Runners out first and second. That one fouled straight back. Fosselman to the plate. Had a sac bunt in her last appearance. Looking to do some damage with runners on first and second and 1 out. Leopards only a ground ball away from ending this inning. The 0-1. Chopped foul. Quickly behind now, 0-2 is Fosselman. Production crew has been doing a great job today covering senior day. The 0-2. Low for a ball, 1-2. Good miss, though, by Robertson. That's where you want to keep an 0-2 pitch, is low and away.
As a hitter, there's nothing you can really do with that besides hit a ground ball to the other way.
That's exactly what the Leopards are looking for here as the 1-2. Chopped right up the middle. Oh, and kind of hesitates. Only able to get the runner at third, but at least that's where she threw it, you know, because she kind of looked around all over. And good job to get the lead runner at least. 2 outs now.
Obviously, you want that. Getting the lead out is about the second most optimal option. Looks like Jocelyn Robertson's day is finished. Rachel Rubio looks to be ready to go, come back into this game in pursuit of career strikeout number 100, but you do wish Robertson would have been a little bit more attentive about the outs, known the comebacker was hit right at her. Could have gone to second and then to first in time for a double play. She had the time, but you could tell she was not exactly aware of the situation.
Although the middle infielders also were not crashing too hard. They were very wide apart. And so maybe it's good she didn't throw. Maybe it might have skipped past, you know. So Rubio, as you mentioned, coming in looking for not career strikeout 100, season strikeout 100. I believe she is 8 strikeouts away from career strikeout 200, so something to look for. She had 12 in game 1 of this doubleheader. Looking to turn into a superhero for the Leopards here, trailing 3-2 to the Panthers. Rubio, the senior, who is honored today on Senior Day, has been great for the Leopards throughout her whole career. Looking to get out of this inning with no damage done. Her first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
She was great at attacking the zone, dominating with the fastball in game 1. She's going to rely on it again here, coming out of relief in game 2, facing the bottom of the order. She's got nothing to lose.
Alante at the plate. Fouled straight back. And an update for baseball. We're trailing 3-1. Have come back now, ahead 4-3 in the top half of the 4th. We'll keep giving you updates on that as the SCIAC regular season championship is up for grabs. That pitch gonna miss high, 1-2.
Yeah, Anthony Salcedo didn't play in the game 2 of this series. In the lineup for game 3, had a 2 RBI base hit into right center field to score a pair of runs in the 4th.
1-2, shallow right field, put away for out number 3. So Rubio comes in and does what she does, gets outs. Score remains 3-2 as we head into the bottom half of inning number 5. Leopards look to make a comeback and play spoiler to the Chapman Panthers, who have hopes of securing a SCIAC regular season championship.
A lot on the line today. Final day of the regular season for both the baseball and softball seasons. Laverne out of the SCIAC playoff tournament hunt, but still have something to play for here. If you're not playing for each other, you play to try and beat the opponent. And Chapman ahead by 1 with the ball entrusted in their ace. Freshman Rose Malin trying to put their best foot forward toward a season-concluding win.
She'll be facing the 1, 2, 3 hitters of this Leopards lineup. Shea, Acosta, Rodriguez. Both teams now with their aces in the circle. Will surely be a pitcher's duel the rest of the way.
Nothing more you could ask for. A close ball game, a couple of pitchers that throw strikes, trying to see which offense could break through against their opponent's number 1 pitcher.
I mean, this is just the best time for sports, you know, late season, things on the line, just seeing teams compete. You gotta love it. So Shea gonna step in 1 for 2 here in game number 2. Singleton came across the score in her first at-bat, flew out to center in at-bat number 2. Looking to have a good leadoff at-bat against the Panthers ace. She skies that one into shallow center. That one caught by Kennedy, who made a break on it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
It'll be interesting to see if the Leopards have an offensive game plan here in the final 3 innings. Shea, first pitch swinging, trying to kind of slap one in to fair play for a base hit, but got under that pitch. Still got to try to stay on top of the ball.
That'll bring up Acosta, who homered in game number 1 of this doubleheader. She swings and fouls that one off, 0-1. 0 for 2 here in game number 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Looking to cook something up with 1 out. The 0-1. Turned on, could be trouble down the line, and it's going to drop fair. You could see the chalk come up and the throw into second. Not in time. Well, it was in time. It was in time, but the play was not made. A good throw. The scoop, not as much, and she does her dancey dance over there at second. 0-1 out. Base hit.
Good aggression from Acosta, base running, thinking extra bases out of the box. That's what you're taught as a hitter. You put the ball into a gap somewhere and you want to see if you can extend an extra 60 feet. Acosta able to do that, advancing to second on the throw. Like you said, the throw was in time, but it skipped away from the Chapman second baseman, Gracie Rose.
And a nice break there for the Leopards. I've seen a couple calls not go their way. Good piece of hitting, as you could see, from Acosta, and she was chugging around the bases. And look, there is, she was beat by a few steps, but that throw just poked out. Count is 0-1, 0-2 now on the foul ball. Runner at second, 1 out. Golden opportunity for Ashley Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. Gonna look to get on top of something here.
Rodriguez has been pounded inside and low all day long. She was able to take one of those pitches and hit a double down the right field line back in game 1.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3 for out number 2. A plus on the outside corner. A great pitch by Malin.
Yeah, especially after coming inside to really set Rodriguez's eyesight on one half of the plate. You're able to come in, throw strikes, get her to swing and foul a pitch off, and then you're able to go on the opposite side of the plate, a pitch that looks like a strike all the way, then just continues to dart out of the zone. Got Rodriguez swinging.
But hold on. Something brewing here. Not too sure what's going on, but Rodriguez still out there. And it looks like something fishy's going on. So, Rodriguez gonna stay in to bat. There is 1 out.
Count stays 1-2. Talks of an illegal pitch.
Well, it didn't make a difference anyway. Strike 3 swing on an identical pitch.
Ball never lies.
Ball does not lie because I'm not too sure what the call was there. They were like pointing at something in the dirt. I don't know. Very confusing. 2 outs, 3-2 the score. Runner on second. Erica Garcia in the box.
If I'm allowed to speculate, pointing at the dirt in front of the circle, I'm assuming that
She might have come out.
yeah, Malin was releasing the ball too far out in front of the circle. She looked like she tried to play it off, but was still able to successfully punching out Rodriguez on the same pitch.
0-1 is the count to Garcia. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike number 2.
Leopards could really use a base hit here to drive home Acosta and tie this game. She did a great job of taking that extra base just to get into scoring position. The Leopards need to follow up with their 3 and 4 hitters having productive at-bats.
Great leave there by Garcia. We saw Rodriguez go down on a pitch very similar to that one on the opposite side in the at-bat before. Good job to leave that one. Malin likes to throw that plus with 2 strikes when she gets ahead. The 1-2. A bit upstairs, 2-2.
Good leave. Important here for Garcia to get a pitch she can handle. She's got to fight with 2 strikes, obviously, but you still don't want to miss yours. Looking for a mistake, you got to punish it.
The 2-2. And that pitch was called a strike on Garcia in her last at-bat. Nice little redemption by the umpire. Full count. 3-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Huge at-bat for Garcia with the opportunity to tie up the game with the swing of her bat. The pitch. Hard ground ball, gonna skip past the shortstop. Acosta breaking for home, the throw not in time, and the run scores, and it's gonna skip past the catcher. Garcia moves over to second. A great hit by Garcia ties up the game 3-3.
And that's just a great job staying out in front of the pitch. Garcia got one over the plate that she can handle and got good barrel to it. Past the diving shortstop Grace Fosselman, Garcia ties this game at 3 with an RBI single.
And you see on the replay, Acosta air by the catcher, letting the ball skip by her, just kind of nonchalantly tried to block it, and Garcia heads up base running. Advances to second with Taylor Gray now in a great position to give the Leopards the lead.
Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, a 3-3 tie. If Gray can bring this run home, momentum will completely change here at Campus West at the University of Laverne, and Rachel Rubio would only need 6 more outs.
That pitch outside corner, dotted, 0-1. So the score is tied 3-3 after that base knock by Garcia. That one hard line drive in the 5-6 hole. They're gonna wave her home. Could be a close play at the plate. The throw cut off. An interesting cutoff right there. Looked like it could have been a bang play at the plate, but it works in favor of the Leopards. A huge hit by Taylor Gray to put the Leopards atop 4-3.
Not sure what that comes down to. Third baseman is going to have the cutoff on this play. That puts Cerna in position to either cut this ball off or let it go. The play call is coming from the catcher. The catcher's either yelling ball, like cut, or not saying anything at all. If you're yelling cut, it's because Cerna needs to catch it, cut the ball off, stop the play right there in the middle of the infield. If the catcher's not saying anything, it's because you got to let it go and let the play happen at the plate.
That one taken for a strike. And, I mean, you could see in the replay, it looked like it was going to be a pretty close play at the plate. It was a good throw. It looked like it was going to be a perfect one-hopper from the left fielder, but cut off. That one chopped over to third. Should be a pretty routine play. Throw over to first in time, but not before the Leopards can scratch 2 across and give themselves the lead. 4-3, handing the ball to Rachel Rubio. You're watching Skyhawk Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Top of inning number 6. Leopards a huge bottom of the 5th to get 2 across and take the lead against the number 2 seed Panthers. Rubio back out there in the circle, as you mentioned, needing only 6 more outs to give the Leopards the series win and a good end to a, not the season that the Leopards were hoping for, but could at least end on a high note. Swing and a miss. Emily Hayes at the plate, 0 for 2.
Yeah, that 5th inning, those pair of runs were crucial. Rubio was given the ball to close out the top half of the 5th, and we know how well she did in game 1 of this doubleheader. This is who the Leopards want to have the ball here.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Couple of great pitches there by Rubio. Way ahead in the count, 0-2.
Rubio struck Hayes out twice in game 1 of this doubleheader. Already has her ahead 0-2.
Gonna square around a bunt with 2 strikes. The throw to first, not in time. You do not see that very often. Dropping down the bunt with 2 strikes, able to get it down. A gutsy call there from either herself or the coaching staff. Reaches base. And you could see the Leopards just kind of laughing, like, you don't see that very often.
I'd just be laughing because knowing if you can't touch the pitcher with the swing, you might as well try and put a bunt down to make something happen, and Hayes was able to do that. Has struck out twice against Rubio, was swinging and missing at pitches this at-bat. Tries to put a bunt down with 2 strikes and is able to do it successfully. A runner on first, nobody out.
And a pinch runner going to be put in. Katie Carter, number 16, the junior. Miranda Murphy at the plate, a couple of hits to her credit. Came across a score in her first at-bat. She comes up with runner on first, nobody out. Rubio. The pitch. Gonna square around the bunt again. Throw over to first in time, so the sac bunt executed perfectly. Runner moves over to second. Top of the lineup now, Sam Kennedy, who is 1 for 2, has reached base a couple of times.
Worth noting that she didn't pick up a hit against Rubio in game 1. Reached on an error. Did hit that hot shot to Mia Pintado. Grounded out to second and then struck out her final at-bat.
Not many people were able to get a hit against Rubio in game 1. High for a ball, 1-0.
I will say it's different coming in as a reliever versus having the time to start a game. Rubio probably already tired here in game 2 also, but trying to push through.
In there for strike number 1, count even at 1. But Rubio has proven to be a workhorse. Has really taken this Leopards team on her back for a lot of these games. One and one is the count. Rubio, the delivery, swing and a miss, strike number 2. Kennedy behind in the count, 1-2 with the runner in scoring position. The pitch, low and away, count even at 2. Swing of the bat away from bringing this game back to even with the speedy Katie Carter on second. The 2-2. That one poked. Acosta, nice over-the-shoulder catch. Looking like a wide receiver over there at first for out number 2.
Great job by the Leopards infield to communicate to their first baseman that she had room on the right side of the infield in front of the dugout to make the play. A lot of times you're going over there blindly trying to track the ball all the way in, and you don't know of your surroundings, how far away you are from a wall, a fence, a dugout. Good job there communicating.
That'll bring up Gracie Rose, who takes the ball low and away for a ball. Rose is 1 for 3 in game number 2. A couple of ground outs to third and a single to her credit. The 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1.
Good pitch by Rubio. Still attacking with the fastball. It's her best pitch, going right at hitters. This Chapman Panthers haven't really earned anything against her, so no reason to deviate from the game plan.
1-1, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike number 2. Rubio still searching for strikeout number 100 on the season. Could get it right here, just a pitch away. Squaring around a bunt. Will most likely pull it back, yep. Fouled straight back. Will do this dance again, 1-2. But now you don't even know. You see them square around early. Who knows? They might just think, oh, we can't get a base hit off of her. Let's just try and lay one down.
Ileana Serna on deck, too. A base hit for a bunt for a base hit would be very productive, advancing the runner and leaving them cornered.
Squares around again, pulls back again, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Rachel Rubio records strikeout number 100 on the season. A great milestone for Rubio, and a big spot puts it away for out number 3, leaving the runner stranded at second.
Rachel Rubio is the Leopards' horse. A great accomplishment for the right-hander. High fives all around as we see over there, getting into this game and picking up that strikeout. She waves to the crowd. A little bit of a curtain call there for senior Rachel Rubio. 326 career innings, back-to-back years where she's flirted with 150 innings pitched. That's career strikeout number 193, like Kevon mentioned. 100 in her senior season, most she's ever recorded in a year. Great recognition for the senior right-hander.
Still a lot of work to do. 3 more outs if she stays in. Her team leading 4-3 as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Another workhorse in the circle for the Panthers. Malin looking to keep the score as it is. Mia Pintado going to lead things off. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Leopards this inning. Pintado, 2 for 2, an RBI, a couple of singles. Has put good bat on ball here. 4-3 the score as we look at that beautiful scoreboard that the Leopards have. Hard line drive, foul.
I like the aggression. We're into the 6th inning. Leopards still lead by 1, but they could use some insurance. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Panthers in the top half of the 7th, led by the best hitter in their lineup, Ileana Serna, who can change things with just one swing. So it's important for the Leopards to try and tack on at least one here.
Yep, insurance runs are huge in this game. That one. Nice frame for strike number 2. Looked like it was a little bit off. Catcher did a good job to bring it back into the zone. The 0-2. That one a little more outside. Called a ball, 1-2.
Pintado has 3 hits on the day, lined out to third as well in the first game, so she's making hard contact all day.
1-2, soft ground ball. Flip over to first, in time for out number 1. We'll bring up Isabella Ramirez. An update on the baseball score. Leopards now lead 6-4 as we are in the top of inning number 5. Back and forth action going on over there, just as it is over here. Can't go wrong with whatever game you're watching.
Yeah, it's Leopards making it hard not to want to go and watch the end of that game at Pomona Pitzer after this one. Matt Diaz with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the top of the 5th. An opposite field 2 RBI base hit to give the Leopards a 2-run lead.
That pitch's going to miss for a ball. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter for the Leopards, Isabella Garcia. Pinch hitting for Ramirez. Two 2-0 the count.
Garcia had a torrid start to this season, a true freshman. Can change things, can provide that insurance run with just one swing.
2-0. In there for a strike at the knees, 2-1. Garcia batting .297, flirting with that 300 mark as she fouls that one off for strike number 2.
Good job by Malin to get right back in the count, falling behind 2-0 to a good hitter, but still unafraid to attack the zone, make good pitches on the corners. Now Garcia has to fight with 2 strikes.
2-2 the count, 1 out. Salazar in the on-deck circle. That one, a nice line drive, base hit, but the throw to first. In time, a tough break for Garcia. A nice hard line drive into right field, but right fielder did a good job to come in and make the throw off of the hop for out number 2.
Great athletic play there by Miranda Murphy. Ball was hit pretty hard off the bat, and she was playing shallow. That's a good job of just knowing the situation, knowing who's at the plate, knowing that that play's right in front of you. Might as well try and make it, and she did.
The rare 9-3 putout. Outside for a ball, 1-0. I had that happen. It didn't happen, but it almost happened one time. I hit a hard line drive into right field, and I was like, oh, nice base hit, but the dude was like charging it. So that one's popped. To short, and I'll save that story for later. 1-2-3 inning for the Leopards as we head into the top half of inning number 7. You're watching SkyAct Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
Inning number 7. 4-3 is the score. The Leopards looking to have a huge upset series win here against the former number 1 seed Panthers. Came into today with the number 1 seed, have dropped to the 2 seed after losing game 1. Rubio, who just got strikeout number 100 on the season, looking to close things out. This is that one, 1-0.
Yeah, both Redlands and Chapman 14-6 atop the SkyX standings. Getting ready to take a look at how Redlands is playing today.
Good start to the inning for the Leopards. A pop out to Costa over there at first.
And that's the hitter that presented the biggest threat, Ileana Cerna, now jogging back to the dugout.
Now batting number 11.
That'll bring up Morgan Lassinger. He's reached base a couple of times.
Redlands is trailing 4-0, top of the 7th at Occidental.
Very interesting. Things getting spicy here on the last day.
So if both teams lose, they finish with a 14-7 SkyAC record.
Swing and a miss.
It would come down to their head-to-head.
Which I think Redlands has, because it's showing Redlands ahead of Chapman at the moment. Yeah.
Chapman's won both games against Redlands, 2 out of 3 against Redlands.
Really? I wonder why it has Redlands at the top.
A different tiebreaker, perhaps, that's not head-to-head, but we'd have to double-check on what happens after it's all said and done.
Yep. Either way, though, Leopards trying to play spoiler. That one in the dirt, 1-2. These SkyAC rankings are always so confusing. Redlands does have the higher win percentage overall, as that one's low. because they're 24-12, have played one less game than Chapman, who is 24-13. I would find it hard to imagine that that's what they're differentiating. We'll see, though. Either way, Leopards playing great softball here today.
Trying to come out with a win.
The 2-2. Fouled off. Good at bat here by Lassinger. Either way, I'm sure Chapman would rather win this series than lose against their rival.
For Laverne, this would be a huge series win, able to steal both games of the doubleheader behind Rachel Rubio and company.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout 101 on the season for Rubio. She puts Lassinger away on strikes. And a pinch hitter going to come on for the Panthers. Shea Hyga. In the dirt, 1-0.
For Rubio, just got to stay within herself here. Keep attacking the hitters with the fastball. The pinch hitter here from the left-hand side. Just got to throw strikes. Go right at him, see what happens.
The 1-0. Ground ball. Oh, just bounces off the glove of Garcia over there at second, but a good job over there in right field to back that up so the runner cannot advance.
Yeah, Clarissa Salazar was coming all the way over to back up Garcia. If she missed it, would have fielded the base hit had she not deflected it with her glove. Instead, still Salazar, great job, able to hustle over next to the wall, pick up the ball before he took second.
So Fosselman gonna step into the box.
Assistant coach Brandon Wallace calling for everyone to meet inside the circle.
So the tying run is at first with the go-ahead run at the plate.
If I'm Coach Wallace, I'm really just trying to reiterate that we've got this game here. We just need to get this one out. Keep playing good defense. Rubio's been pitching lights out so far today. We're one pitch away. It could happen on this first pitch of the at-bat. The Leopards secure the win right here. So just attack the zone, hit the corners, make your best pitches right here.
Fosselman swings on that one. A shallow line drive is going to drop. And the runner will move to third, going first to third on that one. So with 2 outs, the Panthers threatening to tie this ball game.
Who wants it more? The Panthers showing that they are not out of it. Might be down, but not out. And it's going to take more than just a 1-2-3 inning to put them away. They're fighting here with 2 outs, back-to-back singles. They have them cornered for Ella Malante.
Malante already has an RBI in this game, looking to make it 2. She looks to tie.
The one hitter that's done anything against Rubio all day long.
That one in there for a strike. Great pitch on the inside corner ahead, 0-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Malante, as you mentioned, the only hitter that's been consistently good against Rubio. The 0-1. In there for strike number 2. A great off-speed pitch just locks Malante up. Panthers down to their last strike. Big pitch right here for Rubio, the 0-2. Just a bit outside, 1-2.
Rachel Rubio's final pitches perhaps as the Leopard right here could come in dramatic fashion if she's able to punch out Malante.
The 1-2. Shallow, it's going to be a tough play, and she comes in and makes the catch. A great play and a great ending for the Leopards on the season, and a great close there by Rachel Rubio as they win with a final score of 4-3. A great comeback victory, and they win the series against their rivals as they celebrate the victory.
Well, Laverne got the scoring started here in this game, but found themselves trailing 3-1 into the fourth inning. They were able to fight and bounce back, score a few runs, and as soon as they gave the ball to Rubio, I'm sure the Leopards felt a new sense of confidence and hope. Rubio, a complete game shutout in game 1 with 12 strikeouts. She was able to pick up 2 of them here out of relief in game 2 of this doubleheader. Collects the save, season strikeout number 100 and 101. A fantastic career for Rachel Rubio. A great day of softball for this Leopards team, able to beat the first place Panthers.
And I was really impressed with the offense of the Leopards. And let's not forget Jocelyn Robertson, who had a pretty good game herself. Gave up the 3 runs, but was very consistent and kept her offense in the game. And they were able to come, get runs across the board, and get this win. And in game 1, just a great hitting display and carried that into game 2.
Absolutely. Getting leadoff guys on base, able to manufacture runs. The long ball wasn't a big factor in the Leopards' offensive game plan all season long, but they were able to use their speed, use their small ball, make contact, and manufacture runs all season long. They did a great job of doing that today to take 2 from the Panthers.
Yeah, just great softball all around from both sides, but the Leopards able to edge it out and take the series. And, you know, let's give a quick little update on the baseball score. Still 6-4 in the top of the 6th if you want to go and check that out. But, you know, a great job as always by our production crew here at LVTV3. And as always, it's just a blessing to come here and talk to you guys all day as they're going to run around the bases one last time here on the field this season. A great close for the Leopards. The final score, 4-3, 12 hits for the Panthers, 9 hits for the Leopards, and that's it here. Kevon Churchill here with Nate Rodriguez. This game was brought to you by LVTV3 Laverne Community Television. Thank you and have a great rest of your day.